Today we're going to take another look at the 2024 recruiting class, and we're going to shine a spotlight on four-star defensive lineman Dillan Johnson, who signed with Wisconsin. We're going to look at his highlights. We're going to look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. But before we do all that, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're covering the 2024 recruiting class player by player every single day this offseason. And you need to hit that button so you know what your players look like for when they make plays on your team. But Dillan Johnson, here's his 24/7 Sports player profile page. If you're here for just the highlights, fast forward a few minutes, you will get there. But he's a four-star prospect in the rankings. Look at the difference in the rankings here, though. He's ranked 26th in the rankings, 52 in the composite rankings. That's why we look at the highlights. We'll argue against the scouting report, but he's 6'2", 287, and we're signed with Wisconsin on National Signing Day. On top of that, we've seen 17 offers signed with Wisconsin and Northwestern, Cal, some of the bigger schools looking at him. Moving on down, they got him as a Power 5 starter. That's his future. Reading some of the scouting report here, accomplished high school wrestler, football player who comes from a football family, built like a wrestler, and classic interior defensive lineman, stocky, strong, compact. He's not a massive space eater, currently 6 foot, 270. Built as a prototype 3-tech, strength, understanding, leverage allow him to anchor despite not being a 320-pound nose. Shocks blockers with initial contact. So we got a guy that moves quick, knows leverage, gets under the pads, very gritty, good balance. A wrestler, has a lot of determination, has a lot of composure. Probably can play whistle to whistle from first quarter to fourth quarter. A guy that is very athletic, part of the freaks list. Something to note there. His brother, defensive lineman at Missouri State, offensive lineman, Eastern Michigan, was his other brother. Something to note there. We got a good bloodline. He was previously committed to Northwestern, but we're now a Badger. We're a Wisconsin Badger. We're a 4-star. Looking here at On 3, 4-star and 3-star status here. On 3 has him as a 3-star. ESPN and Rivals also. He's a 4-star with 24/7 Sports, and the industry rankings, which is an average of everybody, has him at 33 and a 4-star. He's also listed at 6'2", 287 here. We're going to have to look at the highlights with this one. We're going to have to see what's under the hood. That's what we're going to do today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. We have 5 minutes and 44 seconds of highlights here. Let's let this one rip. Let's see what he's doing on the field. We're seeing a good fight. Just pushing back till he gets there. That's a good thing to see. Look at him. We got some size. Next play, gets on the pads, works off of it. I can see why they pushed him up the rankings a bit. Going through a double team. And I can see why he's ranked low. And I think he's a dichotomy of what he is versus what he can develop into. And I'm seeing this off a few plays. But if you can catch the scouting report in your head off of a few plays, that's usually the scouting report that should stick. Like, he's got a motor. And I guess that from him being an accomplished wrestler and him excelling at the defensive line at a high level, at the high school level like this, to get ranked this way. And he knows his leverages. You know that through wrestling. You know you got a good balance. You got a good base. Got some thickness. Watch him. Watch him get low here. Boom. Whoa! Did you see that strength, power? That quickness, the power right there? Did you see that? That's why he got moved up the ranks. That's why, and that's why he's staying down to there at the bottom of the ranks with the other sites. That's it. Watch that again if we can see it. He's fast and quick. And he's strong. And he's got some size to him. It's not like a 320 corn eater. If that's what you want. This guy's getting there. He's exploding through the line. Look how flattened out that quarterback is. I see why he's ranked low. Because of the size, and I think there's a bias towards that. I think what we're seeing on the field, especially that one play, good with his hands, good knowing leverages. I usually argue 24/7 Sports a lot, but I can understand why they pushed him up the rankings here. He is dominant. I think dominance is the right thing to look for in these highlights for players. He's different. He's different. He's got a little Aaron Donald in him from out of Pitt. It's just that tenacity, that explosiveness, that quickness, the power. Get your hands on you and you're it's over. That one play said it all to me. And then I'm just seeing the rest with it. That's all I had to see. I got the scouting report here down on him. He's very explosive, quick off the ball. That wrestling background sticks out like a sore thumb. Just how low he can get, how he can work under those pads, get on that chest plate, push back, good balance. Look at that. Moving laterally, not getting sucked in, staying with the play, knowing his role with the play, getting to it. Fight, peels off. I can see why he's not a 5-star, but I can definitely see why he's ranked higher than his composite and compared to other sites. I can definitely see that. I can see why he's being under-recruited. I think they looked at his size, they looked at his stature, they looked at the schools recruiting him, because the schools recruiting the player is also an indicator, and they're like, I don't know about that, and they moved on. They don't have scouting reports for all the players in this set of rankings area. Around the 150 to 180 range, I'm noticing not all of them get scouting reports. They may not get scouted too heavy, and they're more focusing on the top part. He peels off nice. He's quick. He's fluid. Honestly, at this part of the rankings, you want to look where a player can improve and develop their game to tap into upside. And the quickness to power and the speed off the line is a good indicator that that's going to stay there, and that's something that other players can't build and create. But he can add size, and he can add strength. He can get bigger. He can get stronger. That's actually easy to do from this juncture. Getting under the pad, staying low, working down the line. Wisconsin fans, you stole somebody. They got him rated as a 3-star. He's not a 3-star player. He's not a 3-star player, I'll say that much. I've covered some 4-stars where I'm like, not near this excited. I think if you watched every single one of these, you can probably rate the players off my excitedness or how I'm excited for them, and you'd be like, yeah, I can definitely get a good feel of this class just by how you respond to the players' highlights. I was not expecting him to be this explosive and just have this transition to coming off the ball and being powerful. That one play where he just fired out of his stance, got his hands on the chest plate, and just slammed the dude on his head. And it was instantly, and it was so quick, it was so fierce. And then after that, that was like the puzzle, and then everything came together to the puzzle, where you saw him get to the quarterback, you saw him get off the ball, you saw him just take over, and you're putting it together like he's a fierce force back there. He's a guy you don't want to mess with. He's a guy that understands his leverages very well. He's got a good base. He's got a good balance. You see where the wrestling is in there. You see that in the game. You see the strong hands. You see where all that is equipped with him. And I bet you, from the start of the game to the end of the fourth quarter, it's that all game long. There's some players, they got to take plays off. They got to take breaks. And they're ranked higher. I guarantee you, it's like that from the first play to the last. I guarantee you, he's got that in him. I guarantee you that. Because of the wrestling background. I guarantee that's there. He's a player like that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.